I'm sure, ladies and gentlemen, you get to know a lot more of how much or where else UPRS can collect money for you. Straight away, I would like to invite the chairman, the chairman, Uganda Performing Rights Society. Please come and address the meeting. Join me in welcoming the chairman, Uganda Performing Rights Society.
It's unfortunate that the Honorable Minister cannot be with us. The Honorable Peace Mutuzo, I'm told she's in Mbale. I'm also told the commissioner who was supposed to represent her is unavailable, but we're short of time and it's only fair that we proceed and start. Well, I'll also nonetheless recognize the protocol as we had arranged it so that if the message gets to Honorable Mutuzo, it is for her. So Honorable Peace Mutuzo, Minister of State for Gender, Culture, Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, the representative of the Chief of Coordinator, Operation Wealth Creation, Office of the President, Professor Mangeni, the task fell on you, I'm told. But I also must recognize the presence of Mr. Idro, General Idro, our good friend of music. The representative of the Registrar General, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, Mr. Gilbert Agaba, Director of Intellectual Property at URSB, who is with us online. The Chairman, Board of Trustees, Uganda National Culture Center. The Chairman, National Culture Forum. The Presidents of Uganda Musicians Association, Uganda Gospel Artists, and all other associations present. Dear UPRS members, guests, friends of music, both present here and online. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to this opening ceremony of our AGM. This meeting is a major milestone in the 36 years history of the society. Aside from the regulator's special general meeting held in October last year, this will be the first recorded, legally constituted AGM of the CMO. It therefore follows that it will be the first time that the AGM will be properly constituted to conduct business, such as legally appointing external auditors of the CMO, meeting to openly and frankly discuss proposed work plans and budgets for the year, and so on and so forth. This achievement is profound, especially when seen in the context that the society is presently at its weakest as a result of the COVID-19 effects and the resultant legal restrictions on the entertainment industry. Royalties from bars, entertainment centers, hotels presently contribute 70% of our revenues. So the closure of those means we've lost 70%. And obviously, the effect on other businesses means our collections have significantly dwindled. Staff morale is at an all-time low because of poor pay, made worse by COVID-induced salary cuts. Members, UPRS members, and musicians are justifiably upset because of the society's inability to effectively collect and distribute royalties over the years. This is therefore a call on government to make necessary interventions to ensure that our members can meaningfully earn from their creative works. The artists and UPRS members are not asking for a handout. The recognized model the world over for musicians and owners of musical works to exercise their economic rights is through collective management organizations, CMOs. The licensed CMO for music, the oldest, the largest in the membership and revenue collection of all CMOs in the country is UPRS. But despite this grand standing, UPRS membership of slightly over 4,000 members represents just about a quarter of the estimated 20,000 musicians and artists across the country. Further, members lose approximately 150 billion in uncollected royalties from commercial users of music because of challenges such as poor capitalization of the CMO, lack of awareness of copyright, poorly developed technical skills in copyright and CMO management, and so on and so forth. The 150 billion lost in uncollected royalties every year represents approximately double the annual earnings of URSB, our regulator, about 4 times the earning of a government agency like ERA, the Electricity Regulatory Authority, even more than the collections and revenues of another agency called Insurance Regulatory Authority. This loss translates into a direct annual loss to the government kitty in the sum of about 27 billion in VAT alone. We therefore thank the Registrar General of URSB, our regulator, for its intervention in 2019 to appoint a caretaker management and initiate changes that were meant to address governance and accountability challenges at the CMO. It is because of these changes, particularly the adoption of the regulator's constitution, the establishment of an accountable board, that we're seeing some of these milestones today. Now, allow me to respond to Mr. Ojede, the Executive Director of Uganda National Culture Center, and the counsel he so kindly gave us. I'm happy to respond to you, Mr. Ojede, and say that we do have a professional board in place, multi-skilled, multidisciplined. Maybe it's only fair that I introduce the board now. We have Madame Julie Sesanga, Fair Lady, Madame Julie Sesanga, who you know as a musician and performer. What you may not know is that she's also a teacher. We have Mr. Wisdom, Gideon Wisdom Kaye. I don't know whether he's here. Who you also know to be a performer. What you do not know that he's also a qualified accountant. Then we have Mr. Justine Basima, also an elected member of the board. Mr. Justine is also a marketer. We have Mr. James Serumaga, elected member as well, representing publishers. Then we have Ms. Grace Nakabugo, who is an appointed member, regulator's appointed member. This one is an advocate of the High Court. She's a lawyer working with one of the leading and most respected law firms in Uganda called Max. But importantly for you is that She is a practitioner of intellectual property and copyright. She studied that for her master's, so we have a very unique skill on the board. We have Mr. Semakula Awokula Robert, who is also an appointed member to the board. His skill is in leadership, strategic management, and marketing. We have Professor Patrick Mangeni. Many of you would know him as a respected academician and teacher of music and performing arts. The skill perhaps I personally bring to the board is in business restructures and realignments. So, Mr. Ojede, thank you for the counsel. And I'm happy that you have affirmed what we have been telling our members. The executive secretary, the director, also raised concerns that are legitimate, but collection and timely payment of royalties, accountability to members, and so on. These are the challenges, real challenges of the CMO today. But that is because they are challenges of sourcing the appropriate resources and goodwill for the society to be able to meet its mandate and promise to its members. So yes, we have a good board now, but the work is cut out for us to get the resources, find the right support, build the right partnerships to be able to build the society, to be able to deliver on its mandate and promise. As a society, as Ragadi has said, the chairman of the National Culture Forum, we need to look into the welfare of our members by providing training in key life skills like leadership, management, to build mentorship programs. We need to provide reliable Medicare insurance for our members. All these call on government and other stakeholders to support the transformation process at UPRS. It's also a duty for your members as well. Support this process. We are thankful to Operation Wealth Creation and Microfinance Support Center for the promised loan of 1 billion to grow the institutional capacity of the CMO so that we can deliver on that mandate. However, it's hardly adequate. If this CMO is to attain its full potential and collect 150 billion that I've talked about, we need to invest anything between 5 to 7 billion in the next 3 years to build that necessary capacity. This AGM is unique and it's a bold one. We have called the most transparent meeting of members ever in the history of this society, documented history, tell them that we are unable to do the work you asked us to do. Ideally, we should be in hiding. But here we are, ready to account and face you. Face your wrath and your frustrations because you are justified in your perceptions. This is the kind of accountability that the board is ready to bring to you. So let me look all of you in the eye and tell you this. The COVID-19 effects have not spared the society during the year that we'll be reviewing in the AGM. Royalty collections started dwindling as early as March 2020. The sustained COVID-19 restrictions on the entertainment industry and the resultant shrink in the society's revenues and savings means that the society will go another year without paying distributions. There it is, I've said it. I've said it. We have said it. But I have hope. The board has hope. The ambitious plans for our growth, using the loan we expect from Microfinance Support Center, gives us a chance to look at a better tomorrow, 2022 and further. Our engagements with key stakeholders and potential partners has shown us good promise. Some have in fact contributed to this AGM's preparation, and for me, this is a sign of good things to come. Let me list and thank them now. I want to thank Operation Wealth Creation for its generous contribution of 100 million towards the preparation of this AGM. We are particularly grateful to General Kaleba Kandwanaho Salim Saleh, the Chief Coordinator of Operation Wealth Creation, for personally coordinating and realigning key government agencies and other stakeholders to serve you better. UPRS and its sister collecting management organizations, UFMI and Euro, are working closely with OWC and Ministry of Finance to ensure the introduction of the private copy levy to curb piracy and boost the revenues and royalty collections for you musicians. This hassle-free stream alone could fetch UPRS 30 billion, and earn government 5 billion shillings every year in VAT alone. So it's a win-win situation. I'd like to thank Stanbic Bank for its generous contribution of 6 million this is AGM. Our discussions, go on, please. Our discussions with this partner and the potential partnership we are trying to explore is deliberately steered, designed to ensure improved collections of royalties and improved accountability standards of the CMO to you, the members, and stakeholders such as them. So when we partner with a big name like Stanbic Bank, we cannot be involved in hanky-panky. So it's also our own protection. Because when we're in hanky-panky, then they go, you fall, you eat us. I want to thank a new television station in town called CTV. CTV gave us 1 hour live broadcast for this opening ceremony. Had we started at 10 sharp, we would all have been on TV. Now they might have gone because they're supposed to go at 11. But our partnership with this TV station is designed to improve a countrywide registration process for all members, because we believe that there are approximately 20,000 musicians across the country that qualify to join the CMO. I want to thank our partners, UNCC, for giving us this free venue. As the ED has said, we are lucky, so let's feel lucky. But that's because we have also risen to match their expectation in some measure. We have worked closely with UNCC and our colleagues at the National Culture Forum to advocate for a stimulus package for our members from government in view of the compromised financial standing of the CMO. So if you've received any package, that's because we have been working closely with these two partners. I want to thank NITA Uganda. Uganda gave us a kind contribution of 6 million shillings also towards this AGM. Then they paid for all the Zoom licenses we are now enjoying. So thank you very much, NITA. NITA has also made a further donation of 4 laptops to the CMO. This is in addition to furniture and the 15 computers given to us last year. Still on the subject of computers and laptops, I also want to thank, and I'm happy to announce, that URSB has also given us a laptop. So we are slowly getting somewhere. NITA Uganda deserves special appreciation for being the first private or government agency to come to our aid in the transformation process, because they recognized the potential of UPRS, the despair of members without difficulty. The automation project that was started last year continued in the year to be reviewed, and significant progress has been made. Phase one, which involved the development of a modern website. I hope you have all looked at our website. It looks very good, but of course we have to do a lot of the other things to also look just as good. So the website and the members registration portal are now complete. Members can now register and monitor their works online, their accounts online. That's a milestone for us. Phase two is due for completion next month. That one will enable commercial users of music to apply and obtain licenses online. They can also pay online. So that will ease a lot of these excuses. I don't know, you hear of people, where should I pay, money being eaten and that sort of thing. So this is one of the strategies attempt to automate the functions of the CMO so that we are as transparent as possible. I am grateful to UCC, and I know we have been graced by the presence of the director of media, Dr. Medi Kagwa. You're here? Please do stand up and get acknowledged. Yes, Dr. Kagwa. Thank you, especially for you, Doctor, and how we have hustled to get this far, to enforce compliance of copyright in the broadcasting sector. I am aware that there are some people trying to distract this. And I have a special message for them. Dear detractors, we are partners in this business. Our membership is your partner. We need you as much as you need us. The exploitation that you have enjoyed for so long must stop. If you are earning from our members' works, it is only fair that you fairly remunerate our members as well. End of message. While the events of the last 2 years have exposed institutional and financial weaknesses of the society, they have nonetheless demonstrated its resilience too. Despite the fall in collections starting March 2020, it is simply remarkable that the society is still open and functional. So there is hope. 2020 therefore promises to be an exciting year, as the quiet investments we have made in the last 2 years will be put to test. So to all members, I say again, there is hope. We will win this one. I want to thank all members who have continued to advocate for the society's importance in the protection of their rights. I want to thank those that have held us accountable, because in doing so, we have had to check ourselves. I want to thank new members for joining us. The growth of our repertoire and membership by a stunning 66% and 53% respectively, recorded in the last 24 months, validates the confidence that owners of musical works continue to have in the CMO, despite the understandable negative perceptions that continue to bedevil its image. Lastly, I want to extend our gratitude to a very, very committed staff. The staff may not have The staff may have their failings, but commitment to serve you is not one of them.